Hey everybody on YouTube Live. This is Carla R. Jenkins doing an episode of Projectized, the project management show. And in this episode, very special episode, I'm going to talk about how I use project management to pass my Amazon Web Services Certified Cloud Computing practitioner certification. So I passed it last night. I received my certification today, which is May 6, 2020. And I wanted to use this as an opportunity to see how you could use project management transferable skills and apply them to Amazon or web services. So the three things I want to start off with are the triple constraint of scope, cost, and schedule or time. So the scope was certified practitioner, and Amazon Web Services has the exam guide for that. So just stay within the scope of that. For cost, I am currently enrolled in the Ohio Means Jobs Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Program. So they paid for 3 classes. However, on my own, I also paid the $100 for the exam fee and $20 2 times for the practice exam. I would strongly recommend, if you're taking an AWS exam, especially if it's your first one, to take the practice exam. Why? Because you get to know the interface. It's already enough stress coming into it that you need to know where things are. For instance, you need to know where the flag for review button is, to go forward, to go behind, to review, to know what the questions look like, the format, the structure. And for me, by paying the $20, it enabled me to take the practice exam, learn the interface, the format, where everything was at, so I wouldn't be tinkering or anything. So for me, because of coronavirus, I had to take it online through proctoring. Uh, if you do use that option, and in the very near future, because here in the United States, the physical testing centers for peer review are not open, I would recommend you doing a system check as soon as you pay for your exam, so that you can know that you have system capability. I do believe that when you do take the exam, they have a built-in system check that you have to go through, but you might as well do it now to see whether or not it's compatible before test day. So returning back to schedule, initially when I started, I wanted to be finished in 2019. However, I got a new opportunity to train people for a project management professional. I am certified PMP, and then that continued. And now I was supposed to take it in February and in March, but we had the stay-at-home order, which we're currently still under in Ohio. They are rolling out some businesses, but if your name isn't on the face, you still have a stay-at-home order for the rest of this month beyond Memorial Day. So mentioning that, in the foreseeable future, people are still going to be doing Pearson VUE online. So that's what I would recommend. So there were delays. How did I deal with the delays? What I would recommend is I did read more of the white papers that were recommended, and I also did more exams. The goal is, whenever you hit a bottleneck or a roadblock, something like that you can't control, and coronavirus is a pandemic, you really couldn't control it, they were going to shut it down, is to make sure that you stay fresh, you stay ready. AWS moving all of these exams online really helped me, because the original date of the Pearson VUE closure was March 17th. They said it was going to be reopened by April 16th, and that's not the case. They're still not open, and this is May 6th. So that's something I would talk about if you were delayed. So returning back to other things that I use for my project management and passing my Amazon Web Services are process improvement. And up until the 6th edition of the Project Management Body of Knowledge, process improvement used to be its own subsidiary project management plan in quality management knowledge area. It's, however, gone. However, process improvement is very important. So what I implemented was daily practice exams. After I finished, I would copy and paste the wrong answers, type out the wrong answers, learn from them, and improve and read every day. And it's just a continuous feedback loop. which really helped me learn better and improve. It's not just take the test, it's understanding why I got the answer wrong, going back to the original material, reading it, and better understanding. It also, what test taking does, it prepares you and your reflexes for when you take the exam. That's why I did a lot of online Udemy practice exams, as I mentioned, John Bonzo, Moz Dora, spelled Mozdora education, for them, because you don't want to have whack reflexes. I also created my own exams, which were physical on paper, because I wanted to know where my weak areas were. So what's next, after my receiving the project management, I archive my fund. That's something you do. In 4.7 closed project or closed phase, you archive your project files. So it becomes lesson learned repository. I put I uploaded my entire Cloud Practitioner folder onto my Google Drive. Why? Because I archive it. I can always go back and say, this is what I use. These are the steps I use for the transferable skills that I can do. I'm currently studying for the Solutions Architect Associate. So that would help me with that, specifically since uh, there's some overlap of people who do Cloud Practitioner certification exam, practice exams, and Solutions Architect Associate. So John Bonzo does that too. I can look at what steps I've taken, where my weak areas are, my strong areas are. More importantly, as a project manager, you don't want to start over from scratch. What I'm also doing is expanding my opportunities. So I have over 14 years experience in problem solving, project management, big data, and IT service management. And to expand into cloud computing, I'm already a techie. I am actively looking for partnership and opportunities, 100% remote or DC and Cleveland opportunities in cloud computing. So that's also what I'm looking for. But I wanted to use this episode of Projectized to talk about how you can take project management principles and transfer them over to a cloud computing, because I feel that a lot of times with project management, you think it's just silo, and it's not, because I've been able to leverage and transfer what I've learned in project management and move it over to other areas. So that's this episode of Projectized. I would like to thank all live and replay viewers for taking out the time to watch me here on this episode of Projectized. And I'll see everybody in the next episode. Have a wonderful day.